What if Shawn Michaels didn't get hurt at the 1998 Royal Rumble?
He didn't get hurt at the 1998 Royal Rumble.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
What do you mean?
Yeah, when he
He's
hit the
full of
fucking
shit.
casket.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Just like he hurt his knee and he cried and then he was doing backflips 2 weeks later.
All right, so
Fuck Shawn Michaels.
All right, so Tony clearly has an opinion on this, and it's just going to be his vehicle because no one else is right.
That's it.
Go ahead, Tony. What do you have to say about
Now,
that?
look, to be fair, look, I will say, Shawn's and I am not a Shawn Michaels fan. All right. You saw my poster earlier. Shawn's track record, not the greatest when it comes to injuries, but this is the first time he was gone for an extended amount of time. No?
Yeah. Years and years and years in a wrestling capacity.
When did Shawn come back?
2004? 3?
And when did he leave?
Maybe been earlier than that. When he came back in that Elimination Chamber, it may have been earlier than that because in 2003, I believe he was wrestling like Jericho or Angle at Mania.
So he's gone for about 5 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I wonder how much Vince was paying him to stay home.
So he
Probably
came
nothing.
back SummerSlam 2002. Don't ask
Okay,
my
so
story.
yeah, that's when he wore. That was the street fight, so like they kind of could gimmick it a little bit, and he wore like jeans and the wife beater, and then Elimination Chamber was, I believe, that same year. I mean, that's where Doodoo Brown Dutch boy haircut came from, and he won the belt there.
Yeah, that was Survivor Series 3 months later.
Yeah, and then dude, his second act was tremendous.
Yeah, with a bad back. Who knew?
So you're being sarcastic right there.
He's so full of shit, dude.
You think so though? Because Edge had the look. Okay, I'm just gonna. Edge said he was told he would never wrestle again. He was gone for quite a bit of time, and now he's back.
Neck.
No, asshole.
Crack.
He's back to wrestling, not his back.
His neck. Didn't Edge have a neck injury?
Yeah.
Yes,
Back,
it's-
pee, and crack. I'm not
But
gonna say
it's-
the word.
Pussy.
There you go, attaboy.
but it's the same thing, right? He's hurt.
Yeah, he's a
told he
pussy.
can't wrestle again. Then he comes back and he's okay. He can go.
It happened a lot, Matt. You'd be surprised. Like,
I'm gonna drive to North Arlington and punch Tony right in between his fucking eyes. Like if he fucking eye rolls me one more fucking time.
Edge, Daniel Bryan, Christian, and now maybe Randy Orton. Because apparently, is the rumor still true that Randy Orton's going to announce his retirement on Raw tonight? Has he done it yet? Do we know that?
Oh,
No.
no one ever retires. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but because of this injury,
So that's
Like-
Saraya as well.
Saraya.
Saraya, yeah.
No, you were right. I said it terribly wrong. So yeah, it's wild to think that maybe there is something to what Matt said that
So ultimately, I don't think it
or
really.
Tony said. I'm sorry.
I don't think that it changes much if he doesn't injure his back, because whether it be he's out to recover or he's out because he needs to be in rehab, I think he still ends up away at one point or another. It's just hard to say, like, when does he go and how long is he gone? Like that's the part, because he needed to be away at that time with battling addiction. So
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting. Like, obviously that changes. Was it No Way Out was following the Rumble?
Yep.
So that obviously changes that a little bit, because then Savio's not in the main, which quite honestly I prefer Savio in that main. And then you get the road to wrestle. Oh, Kevin, you 180 and me on Savio Vega, you son of a
over
bitch.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, I like Savio. And then you look at what goes into, like, that program going into Mania was incredible between him and Austin. Like, very memorable stuff came out of that program. So ultimately, I think the belt still goes on Austin regardless, because like
100%.
Austin was way too hot at that time. And then you probably get some legs out of a feud with Austin and Michaels past that. I think that's how hot the feud was. But sooner or later, he needed to step away, just personal life shit.
So the fact that he gutted it out from and like we said that he didn't wrestle at No Way Out, and I don't know how many matches he had on TV, if any, between then and Mania. He may not have had
None.
a
Yeah.
single one.
Yeah.
Zero.
But the fact that he was still able to perform at Mania and provide the spark that WWE needed to completely rebound and totally make itself relevant again was huge. It can't be understated, the fact that he stuck that out and did it with Tyson and Austin and then the next day, like, we're ushering in a whole different era of Triple H, X-Pac, the New Age Outlaws. Like, it's insane how much that Shawn Michaels, that injury, if he doesn't get hurt, I don't think D-Hex is as great as it became. If that makes any sense, Matt.
No, 100%. Now, see, my what if with this situation is, if he does not get hurt at the Royal Rumble, is Steve Austin versus Mike Tyson a bigger draw for WrestleMania than Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels?
I don't think that would ever be on the table ever.
No, but how would you get to Steve Austin, Mike Tyson?
I don't think Tyson would ever wrestle a match. Tony, do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I mean, why would I don't know? Would Tyson be ready for that kind of thing?
So you look at the landscape in 1998, he's just been suspended from boxing, right? He doesn't have to have a fucking drop down tackle, get it again. He has this huge brawl the night after the Rumble with Austin, right? Hypothetically, let's say Michaels isn't hurt.
But what do you do with Michaels?
You let him and Owen Hart.
No, see, no. Austin was on that trajectory. He needed to win the title at Mania.
But at the time, right, Austin's the hottest thing in WWE. Tyson is a huge, huge figure who just got suspended from boxing. And now he's in a WWE ring getting in an altercation with the biggest thing going in wrestling.
So what I think your mindset is the Bam Bam Bigelow, Lawrence Taylor type of deal where, like, Austin, and granted, I'm not comparing Bam Bam Bigelow to Stone Cold Steve Austin, not even remotely close. But to have Austin, like, versus Tyson in a match at Mania is not where I would go at all. And I agree with you that Owen should have had a main event match with Shawn Michaels at a pay-per-view. 100% should have had at least, whether it was, Rumble or No Way Out or, even, I don't know if I would do it at Mania, but Austin Tyson, not. I think Tyson was booked perfectly for what happened at that show.
I agree with Kevin. Even if Michaels stays healthy, I think Tyson in that spot is the way it had to be.
It was such Matt. It was such a monumental moment. Like him coming into the ring, 1, 2, 3, ripping off the DX shirt. If he did that, right? He ripped off the DX shirt and had the Austin 316 shirt underneath, if I remember correctly. Or it was the vice versa, maybe on a Raw leading up to it. He ripped off the Austin 316 shirt and had the DX shirt on.
No, when they had the public workout, he revealed... No, on Raw, he revealed the DX shirt. And then at Mania, he revealed the Austin shirt.
Oh, he did? Okay, so he did do that.
Yeah.
It was... But going forward, like, if you want to talk about going forward after that night itself, like what if Shawn Michaels was still around? Like, I don't... It's wild to think about that kind of thing. Like in 98, 99, 2000, like what would Shawn Michaels have to offer other than everything to the business?
Maybe we get Shawn Michaels, Mike Tyson at SummerSlam.
Do you think Tyson ever actually wrestles a match though?
No, but
here's the thing, right? You say like wrestle a match. If you just said Steve Austin versus Mike Tyson in a fight, they could do it however they want.
Fair.
Oh God, you're talking like a Mr. T. Piper boxing match or something like that,
dude. Think of the landscape in 1998. That would be big. WrestleMania 14 would be the biggest WrestleMania ever if the headlining match was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mike Tyson. Everyone who's already in on the WWE is in. The people that want to see Mike Tyson in a wrestling ring are in to buy this pay-per-view. It's Steve Austin. He can make that work.
Yeah, but what comes of Steve Austin after this match?
Run it back. Run it back with Michaels at fucking SummerSlam. It's better.
No, you can't do that, bro. This is fucking Steve Austin's coming out party. You can't take that away from him. If you do, you fucking miss lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I'm with Tony on this. Stone Cold Steve Austin needed to win the world championship.
He had to win, and he had to beat Michaels. There was no other way about it.
It had to be done. I'm with Tony on this one.
And Tyson brings in the eyes of the people that aren't following this Stone Cold rise. That's what it is.
Like we have the benefit of hindsight, Kev, and obviously, like hindsight obviously is 2020. But looking back on it, like I think it couldn't have been booked more perfectly.
When does see? Oh man, no, you could
I
do
like
something
this.
here. You could.
I like this. Matthew Birch chiming in. We could have gotten Triple H kicking Shawn Michaels out of DX post Mania, and Shawn goes on a babyface run against the new DX.
Which kind of happened.
Kind of dig that actually.
But it did kind of happen.
No, Shawn was just gone.
When he became like the commissioner, I think, right?
But that was kind of like a year and so later, wasn't it?
And then he turned on and then joined the corporation and shit. So it was weird. But anyway, Kev, go ahead.
But he wasn't wrestling. He was just like
right
a nuisance.
No, I was just thinking it. Depending on when Owen Hart came back. Like when did Owen Hart come back after Montreal?
The Degeneration X pay-per-view.
Okay, gotcha. Because realistically, if you go Austin and Tyson, and you're right, Matt, you could just do a fight, right? A la Owens and Austin, right? It could be a super gimmicky fucking no holds barred gimmick. And if you get Owen coming back and you play that story up, Owen wins the Rumble, and you get Owen and HBK, he's getting the his comeuppance on HBK for what happened with Brett. But then you continue that into Owen and Austin at SummerSlam, and that's a recall from SummerSlam 97 when he get dropped, when he broke Austin's neck. That wraps that entire story back in together. And then I think you actually get like a real good, like Owen becomes, and this is not to say that Owen wasn't a main event player, but Owen then gets like, he is a solidified main event player that can go on and do work with him. And Austin could run a fucking a feud for a while out of that. I think you could work that way, because I mean I didn't think about that at all until Matt said Owen Hart, and I was like, yeah, you know what, you could absolutely do that, and you could still get to Austin and Owen at SummerSlam, and it loops together the whole, you broke my goddamn neck at SummerSlam in 97, that whole thing.
So here's the only caveat in that plan is that Austin didn't want to work with Owen anymore after that happened.
I mean, cooler heads would need to prevail, but
right. And I feel like having Austin Tyson at the expense of Austin Michaels would be just a bad play call. Like for business, yes, but for storytelling and in the actual wrestling business,
right?
Austin HBK was literally the only way you could go for me.
Right, but even in this scenario, say Austin doesn't win the Rumble. You know what I mean? Like you take that out of it. If Owen wins the Rumble, it changes that dynamic. It changes the entire story.
They never had any plans for Owen to do anything.
I know that. That's why it's a what if. These are
right. No,
fun scenarios.
No, but you have to still include like what's logic, like what's what happened in terms of to form your opinion on the what if.
Right. I really like the idea of Owen and Michaels at Mania now, and then getting to Owen and Austin at SummerSlam.
Owen, like I said, Owen should have had a main event with Shawn Michaels on some sort of show, whether it was, and then he got saddled with Triple H at that same Mania.
It was for the European title.
Yeah. Which and then when at that Royal Rumble, like China, and Triple H, they eliminated him from the and then so Owen Hart's career after Bret Hart left should have gotten better, and it got worse. Like it got worse after Bret Hart left, and after that, because then he joined the Nation. Other than his run with Jeff Jarrett as the tag team champions, like everything else that Owen Hart did was so subpar and so disappointing that they could have took that momentum from the screw job and made Owen Hart a top guy. I don't think he would have been a Mania main eventer, but he could have been at least a pay-per-view main eventer, especially when you had 12 at the time or whatever, 8, 9, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah. I also think I think outside of Austin and maybe The Undertaker at this time, the WWF was still fucking subpar. Like this Unforgiven card the next month is fucking atrocious.
They're building up a lot of new guys. They're introducing a lot of new talent, like Val Venus.
The Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express for the NWA Tag Titles is a match on this pay-per-view.
I love the new Midnight Express. Bombastic Bob and Bodacious Bart. Love them.
Luna Sable in an evening gown match.
Sable.
New Age Outlaws LOD 2000. Woof.
Get it?
Oh, God.
What, this is the greatest WWE roster ever.
New Age Outlaws, I think, beat LOD 2000 on the show.
They did.
Yeah.
Undertaker defeated Kane by fire in the Inferno match.
That's right.
Bro, light him on fire, bro.
Bro.
God, that was such a fucking disappointing match.
You think Shawn Michaels still has 2 eyes if he doesn't retire at this point?
Hard to say.
He does have 2 eyes.
Yeah, but he's not a psycho.
Yeah, but then 2 become 1, like the Spice Girl song.
That's right.
I'm trying to see when the buy rates really take off for the WWE.
It's when someone gets slammed.
Da-da-da.
Let the boys be boys.
Fuck yeah.
Onyx. One of my favorite songs as a kid.
I guess it's like 99. You really start to see the buy rates go up.
That was when The Godfather became a character. On the whole train.
Look, man, if he doesn't get hurt, where does HBK end up, you know?
Feuding with Triple H, making Triple H a star.
Apparently not in WCW because Eric Bischoff has been steadfast in the fact that he said that he would never bring Shawn Michaels in.
Shawn Michaels was a fucking pillhead at the time. He had all kinds of fucking problems.
Who wasn't?
Yeah, but Shawn was fucking off the rails, and the only reason he stuck around is because Vince really liked him.
Oh, he's loyal.
Yeah, but there was something about Shawn that Vince really liked. Like, if by all accounts, like he really, like,
yeah,
like I know Vince always says like
he gravitates to his top guys though. So
yeah, but it was more like the son, you know, like not a son but a son kind of relationship with him.
But have you heard that there was like the story that Shawn tried to get out of his contract to go to WCW with Hall and Nash, but I guess I don't know how they did it. They just ended up working it out. But Eric Bischoff also said that he would never actually bring him in, which I don't believe.
Shawn probably got like a 5-year deal, making a ton of money, decided his back hurt, went home for a couple of years, and then when the checks ran out, oh, guess what? My back feels better.
Shawn Michaels would have no problem making money not wrestling, I don't think.
Well,
like, I don't see him as like that big of a fraud. Like, I really just don't.
Ooh, Shawn Michaels could have been on that Gigolo show with fucking Buff Bagwell.
Oh God, that was what a disaster that was.
Oh, Cowboys and Angels.
Yeah,
Matt,
so
off the top of his freaking
I'm
head,
glad you called that out.
Knew exactly what the name of the show was.
I couldn't get the words out fast enough. Thank you for that.
I think that was the website.
Yeah, but
Cowboys for Angels.
The show was Gigolos, wasn't it?
Cowboys for Angels was the escort service that he was on.
Fucking holy shit!
You think he could have gotten HBK a gig in his films?
It was just called Gigolos.
Yeah, Gigolos. Not to be confused with Juggalos.
Correct, Juggalos.
Which is a whole different story.
Yeah, different vowel.